a very serious prison sentence. You have 15 years of incarceration over your head. Are you telling the court you didn't violate that?
I didn't.
All I've heard from you, Ms. Nelson, are excuses. And so you're essentially telling me that Ms. Bebo is lying.
That's not okay.
You blatantly lied to Ms. Bebo, thinking you could get away with that. That's called criminal thinking. That's criminal thinking. You are still using that criminal thinking brain.
This entitled defendant is facing up to 15 years for her original charge. But in this hearing, she's back because she violated her probation and basically refused to do anything she was supposed to after her first court appearance. The way she talks in this clip is wild because she just lies and makes excuses for everything. It's one of those moments where you can tell the judge is trying to stay patient, but you could see she's had enough. I really don't know how she thought this was going to end well when she clearly didn't follow any of her rules of probation. The ending of this video is honestly one of the hardest verdicts we've seen in a while, and it is very well deserved. Let me know in the comments if you think the judge was being too harsh or if it was exactly what she needed. Let's dive in.
We have Kelly Nelson appearing by video conferencing in custody in Burnett County Jail. We're set here today in this matter due to a request and a petition to amend the judgment of conviction and add some conditional jail time due to some violations that are alleged to have occurred by Ms. Nelson. This is a very serious case. The court recalls the facts very clearly as it relates to this matter. And Ms. Nelson was given a very sweet plea deal with the state to plead to possession with intent methamphetamine, over 3 grams but less than 10, a Class E felony, and she did receive probation instead of a prison sentence at that time. So Ms. Bebo, we're here due to the department's request for conditional jail.
Yes, she is objecting to the conditional jail time.
All right. So Ms. Bebo, can you please provide the information and recommendation to me, please, to the court?
Yes. So due to some methamphetamine use, possession, she refused to provide UAs while in custody during that time and refused to go to court. She did not have an active phone number when I attempted to contact her mother, who was the person that she was intended to live with, who she's reported that she lives with. And then as far as not contacting me, she stated that she does not have funds for a cell phone or for gas, food, etc. So basic needs, and that is why she did not report to my office.
Ms. Nelson, I'm now going to ask if there's anything that you would like to say to me or you would like to let me know as it relates to this matter. So I just need to make you aware that, and I'm sure Ms. Bebo made you aware that on a probation review hearing such as this, in which conditional jail is being requested and the court is being asked to modify the judgment of conviction, the court has no obligation or duty to follow the recommendation of the Department of Corrections, meaning that I do not have to order 51 days conditional jail. I could order 0 if I find that it's appropriate. I could order up to a year if I find that that's more appropriate. You have the ability and right to say what you wish to tell me. This is not like any other criminal court hearing you've had, because I can use your silence against you. So please let me know what you would like me to consider and what you are asking of the court.
Along with the Turtle Lake address, I went to my Cumberland apartment to pack it up so I could move out of it. And when I got out of jail, I didn't have the funds and things didn't go as planned, but I did not receive an appointment from Burnett County, the guards here the agent. She did not tell me a report date when I got out, so I didn't miss appointment on purpose. And when I got pulled over, I was gonna drop my kids off and come to probation, actually. That was my plan. But I got pulled over first. Yeah,
All right, so anything else?
no, I don't believe so.
So, go ahead.
The rest of all of the stipulations you gave me for completing paper, I've got through all of them and I'm in the process and will have my GED or HSCD within the next 3 weeks. Here at the jail, they have a program. So I'll have that complete as well. And yeah, I've done all the parenting classes and everything else. I just have to finish my HSCD and pay my $500 and some dollars, I think it is. And
So you had gainful employment?
I did in March. Or before I went to jail then. And when I get out, I'm planning on going to the Butterfly House now, which therefore I will have immediate gainful employment.
The other
Yeah.
condition, another condition was no use or possession of alcohol, illegal drugs, paraphernalia, any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Are you telling the court you didn't violate that?
I didn't,
It's almost like she thought the judge forgot that she used substances while on probation. I mean, the judge literally gave her plenty of time to explain herself, and she completely ignored the big issue in the case. She just stands there talking about little things that don't really matter and skips over the fact that she violated her probation with drugs. Like, I just love the look on her face. You could just see it on her face the moment the judge calls her out. She just looks completely lost. I just don't get how people still think they can out-talk a judge when the evidence is already on the record. And it's not even really out-talking. I mean, she just failed to bring it up, too. I mean, when you're in a situation like this, the best thing you can do is admit it and just show you're ready to change things. But yeah, she kind of messed that up on probation. So, let me know in the comments if you think she really just didn't care or if she thought she could get away with it.
2.5 years, that was good. I had a miscarriage and it slipped up, but it was a minor slip up and I was already getting sober again when it all came to service, and I regretted it ever since. And
Is that why you avoided your agent in February?
No.
Why did you avoid your agent for those 3 days?
Oh, well, I was in jail. I just had a miscarriage. I was depressed and.
No. Was it February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th?
That was July. So I believe what
Sorry.
she's referring to is the last conditional jail time that was ordered
Yeah.
previously.
All right, but with this July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, when you were being asked to go meet with your agent,
I did not get a response as far as what she had said, was just that she would not provide one after being asked multiple times.
okay, why didn't you provide a sample for the corrections officer when you were in custody?
The first time was right before I gave my statement, and I still hadn't received a glass for water. I was there for 2 hours, and they were busy. And the second time, I don't know.
How about the third time?
I don't even remember being asked a second or third time, honestly.
All right. So if I am to believe the statements that you're telling me here today, are you telling me that Miss Bebo and her connections and the information provided to her are wrong and are lies?
I'm not saying she's lying, but it's not, I don't know. The address thing is not what, I don't know.
You never told her that you didn't update or give your correct address of where you're living, which is a requirement,
Yeah, and she knew
because you didn't want to move or transfer agents?
she knew about the apartment address, and I told her I was moving back in with my mom, which I was moving back in with my mom. I just had to go pack up my apartment. That was,
Ms. Bebo, were you under that impression? Did you know that she was just going to that apartment to pack it up?
No, Judge, I was not aware that she was living in Cumberland until she was arrested and served conditional jail time the first time. And then I was again under the impression that she was being evicted and would be living with her mom upon release.
yeah. That was,
Is that accurate, Ms. Nelson?
yeah, that was my plan. was with moving back in with mom.
Now, what I'm asking, if it was your plan, because your plan was wrong and it was violating DOC policy, state law, and the court's conditions of your judgment of conviction. So all I'm hearing from you, all I've heard from you, Ms. Nelson, are excuses, why I didn't do what I was told to do, why I didn't do what I was legally supposed to do, why I didn't do what Department of Corrections requires me to do. Because I've heard excuses and the opposite of what Ms. Bebo has stated here in court. And so you're essentially telling me that Ms. Bebo is lying.
That's not okay.
And it's hard for me to believe that the day that you were pulled over with your kids in your car, you were driving to drop them off so that you can go see probation. It's always that. I'm going to tell you, this isn't the first time I've heard this. People are always on their way to Department of Corrections to turn themselves in. They're always having an interview the next day when they're in custody, or the day of they got picked up. They're always starting a new job, and so they need to be released from custody. They're always doing what the court told them to do, but for the fact that they got picked up and they got arrested. All I heard were reasons, again, that were completely opposite than the information and facts that I was provided by Ms. Bebo. I need to state that you were given a very, very sweet plea deal, but for the fact that your attorney argued for your rehabilitation, you faced a very serious prison sentence. It's a Class E felony, That means you could face 15 years of incarceration, 10 years of initial confinement, and then the 5 years of extended supervision.
Mm-hmm.
That's hanging over your head right now.
I understand.
I swear defendants like this always come into court after violating every part of their probation and say they understand what they did wrong. But the truth is, we all know this. They literally don't. If they actually understood, they wouldn't be standing in front of a judge again. And especially like what I said earlier. This lady refuses to even acknowledge her problems. It's just excuse after excuse here. And it's like they forget why the law even exists. The whole point of having these rules is so people can stay safe and learn from their mistakes. Just imagine a society where everybody followed rules. I swear it would be such a great place to live. Instead, they just act like the law's out to get them when they're the ones breaking it. I don't know about you, but if I was in her position, I'd just tell the judge I messed up and explain how I plan to fix it. That kind of honestly goes a lot further than fake apologies. I feel like they just need to watch all these court videos I've been doing. An ideal example of what not to do.
That should be a huge hammer hanging over your head, where you say, Ms. Bebo, I'm going to do everything that I need to do. I need to follow the law. I need to follow the judge's orders. I need to follow what the Department of Corrections is requiring of me.
Mm-hmm.
You were also provided the ability to reunite with your children, because during that time, I can't recall if it was Barron County, removed your children from your care. I understand relapse, and I understand it very completely with doing the treatment court. That happens.
Mm-hmm.
But there are ways that you work, and the ways that you use the tools that you've learned after a relapse, and that includes having the people that are there to help and assist you and guide you, and having those conversations. Ms. Bebo is one. Going to A is another. Based upon the information that I have here today, I do find that you have violated numerous conditions of the court on the judgment of conditions, as well as violated your rules and policies of the Department of Corrections. I'm ordering conditional jail. I'm ordering 120 days, not 51, 120 days. You have 15 years of incarceration over your head. That means no little white lies if you believe they are lies. Here they weren't little white lies. I don't believe that for a second. You blatantly lied to Ms. Bebo and to others of authority to do what you want, how you wanted to do it, thinking you could get away with that. That's called criminal thinking. That's criminal thinking. Has she been engaged in any MRT or other such programs?
She was not enrolled in any program when she got transferred to my case, no.
All right, well, I'm also going to order that. She has to do either a thinking for a change or breaking barriers, MRT, something of that nature.
Polk County just started MRT.
Okay, excellent. You are still using that criminal thinking brain. I understand the loss, a miscarriage, but a loss of a child. I completely understand that. I understand having the sorrow and the pain. I also understand reaching out to others who can keep you on that sober path and keep you on the non-criminal path. Because Ms. Nelson, it may come down to it where the department's going to next ask that you be revoked and you be sentenced with 10 years of initial confinement and 5 years of extended supervision hanging over your head. That is nothing that you should take lightly. So 120 days from date of arrest or pickup. And it appears that I'm going to have more probation review hearings with Ms. Nelson because she's not understanding the risk. If she needs the court to babysit her to make sure that she understands that risk, I will.
120 days sounds pretty steep, especially when the state only asked for 51. But in this case, I really do get it. I mean, she was lying straight to the judge's face in refusing to take any responsibility here. And not only that, but she lied to her probation officer. I mean, it's a snowball for this lady. You can't just keep getting second chances when you don't learn from the first one. And yeah, she has had a rough past. I mean, we all have, but it's not a good excuse. And something these people don't understand is the courtroom isn't about perfection. I feel like it's just mainly accountability, and she showed none of it. But yeah, I actually think the judge handled it the right way, even though it feels harsh. I mean, she had every opportunity to do what was right, and she just didn't take it. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you think the sentence was fair or if the judge went too far. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.